Hello viewers, today we will be servicing and cleaning the 1957 Westinghouse MobileAire, and it will involve most likely straightforward just cleaning, oiling. We're going to try to take a look at the windings and possibly varnish those and repair the electrical cord. So this is Eddie's fan, and he's here, and he is going to kick off and start working on it. And for the viewers, he does not have a microphone on him because one is charging.
This cord's in good shape, kind of.
Well, if the cord's in good shape, actually,
It's really like bending.
well, it's fine. It's not stiff. There's some cracks in it. Well, let's cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think the first thing you got to do is get into it.
So yeah, it looks like you only took off the back front grill. Interesting.
I never looked super closely to this.
Come on.
It is dirty. The windings themselves, I should say. Yeah, the wires from the switch to the motor look fine.
Phone screw.
It's like a hubcap.
We get a screwdriver.
The nut container over there.
Light tap.
Is that working? There you go. It's a wire wheel cover. Get it?
A pitch on these.
They're actually not that heavy.
Yeah. Get an Allen wrench, take the blades off, if they even come off easily.
Yeah, we'll see. I see the set screw in there. Yeah, okay. It might be a deal where we have to use heat.
Allen wrenches.
All right, so he is trying to take the set screw off now.
Come on.
That's a very familiar sound, like all metal blades make that sound when you turn that key. Yeah, instead of using the carpet on the floor for your parts, I think I would put those somewhere,
Yeah.
like on the bench.
Nice try those, like, one of those trays with the magnets. Right, when I have it.
Yeah.
Other location. Stubborn.
It's going to need some heat. And this might actually be too let's see. I'm not going to mangle it. I'm just giving it a firm pull. All right, let's try some heat. So I'm going to get out the heat gun, which we have over here. All right, we're going to heat this up. What's great with metal, you can do this. The only problem is trying to touch it after. Cool. Might have to go get the puller. And no, I'm not going to bend bend these blades.
You already have these little divot in the middle.
Somebody used a puller to get this off? Yeah. I noticed that. Somebody clearly did. I'm going to put this on the carpet.
Oh, I think it's a great idea. Safe to last.
Okay. You might need to run downstairs and grab the puller. Yeah, these blades are even hot. Yeah, somebody clearly used a puller to get this off. This was obviously serviced once before because this is not the original electrical cord. Somebody had these blades off. It's just probably been a long time, but not horrendously long because this thing's in pretty good condition.
Turn it the wrong way.
No, I purposely turned it down because there's way too much slack. See, that's caught. I'm using the previous puller hole. That blade's in the way of that one arm. I don't want to bend the blade doing this. Is this the smallest puller?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna. I can't do it because with this one, it's going to, like, it involves being behind the blade, and it'll push the blade forward as it comes off.
Third.
All right, so I reheated this off camera, and Eddie grabbed a smaller puller. We're gonna try that. I'm gonna try putting it on. Be careful because things are gonna be hot. I put the point to the puller in the same divot that was previously there. I think that's the ticket. All right, so got a wrench. We're going to be very gentle about this. I'm going to keep the heat on it. All right, very gentle. You start to feel any flex, stop.
Of course, going the wrong way. Hey.
Did it move at all? All right, let me do it. I'm gonna back it off. Hot. Way too hot to tie. All right, off camera, I used a pulley, and it was until I got a lot of resistance. I stopped. A few taps with the hammer, came off with the pulley, and then went back down to pulley, and the pulley was moving puller was moving very easily, and to the point where it came out so far that the only thing hanging up was the bolt in the center of the puller. So I can't no longer use the puller. Actually, we could use the puller if we had a small piece of wood to just like put over the hole.
A piece of wood that's small.
Yeah, I know, like a shim or something, and use that as it pulls.
So use like a small bolt.
Yeah, and then so what I'm doing now, because you might be able to see, we got most of it off. We're almost there, but this back here, I think, it could stand for some heat because it's not warm at all. Everything else is still kind of hot, so we're going to do that. Yeah, these blades have definitely been off before. The one thing we could have probably have done is overnight lean it, tilt it all the way back with the guard off and put penetrating oil at the top there. I've used this heat gun more times than I thought I would already. Probably not gonna be able to touch anything, but yeah, everything's raging hot. Think of how to do this here. We got them off, and I don't believe I butchered them because it did have those severe angles to begin with. Yeah, they looks pretty good. These are actually way lighter than they look. The weight is all here in the center.
Has some of the original cloth wire.
Yeah, I noticed that before. So while he works on the next thing, I'll just talk about what he just did. So basically used a pulley until it got snug, and then I gave some taps with the hammer. That's really what my technique is with some, believe it or not, I will sometimes have to do this with plastic blades. I'll do it until it gets snug, and then I don't force it. And then a few taps with the hammer, then you feel some movement. You back off with the pulley, give the blades kind of a pull with your hand. Sometimes they move right, that comes right off, or sometimes it just comes a little bit. And then you bite down with the pulley again, repeat, and then I keep calling it a pulley, puller. And then eventually it comes loose. This was just, because it has a longer shaft and it sits way back with that sleeve, it just took some more time. And I have a reputation in the fanning world of bending and mangling blades, so I was just trying to really take my time. And I wanted to see the operation through there. Not that I didn't trust Eddie, it's his own fan. Before we do this, we should polish the shaft or just sand the shaft. So let me get some sandpaper. We have an electrical cord right there. So this will be, the shaft is actually in pretty good shape. I think I'll probably tear my hand off.
Just put on low.
Yeah. I'm ready. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, it's quiet. This was done before.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Really good.
All right, say that's good. So yeah, somebody did a really nice job of servicing this before. That is a quiet motor.
Big one too.
Yeah. All right. So next, you want to get into those windings, right?
Yeah. Take this whole motor out.
Now you're gonna have to be patient. So it's mounted here. Well, it's mounted. It looks like it's mounted here, here.
Or what I could do is just take this plate off and then the whole motor comes out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it on both sides. But you got to be careful because you're going to still be tethered to the wire. You're not going to be able to just fully pull it out. What I would do is, here's my suggestion. I would undo those plates, right?
Yeah.
And then, because those plates are going to hold the back of the motor in place, but it'll enable you to take the front shell off.
Yes,
and that's
two fronts.
Yeah.
So you get smaller screwdrivers. The ones up in the garage are
Yeah.
too big.
Yep. All right.
I'm gonna take off front if I can. Come on. Still too long. Butthole. Yeah, it works, I guess. Using this side of the screwdriver. It'll take forever though. Never mind. Had to use the side of the screwdriver to get the screws out.
Did you use what?
I had to do that.
Oh.
They weren't too tight.
Mm-hmm.
Feel loose. Hey. Oh, there's a nut on the other side.
That's a giant motor.
I keep dropping the little washers.
Yeah, we got one more there. Whoa. Here. You want to hold on to those, the washers that go in the bottom?
Which way did it go?
The black part up, yeah. It's like, look at the size of the...
That's
Whoa.
massive.
Wow. I mean, it's strapped that to a 3733.
It'd fall over. Oh, that's heavy.
These almost look like new bearings in there.
Take these thrust washers out too.
Yeah, just make sure you know what you're doing. Man, look at the size of that, the stator.
Can they see it? Can't get these off.
Leave them on.
Oh, no, there we go.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to take those off, actually. Okay, what I recommend next is, unfortunately, I have to take another trip downstairs.
Oh, of course.
Get the toothbrush and the Q-tips and the data vac.
Right.
Sound like you're groaning. Speak clearly so they can hear you.
Oh, they can hear me. So the... Right.
Sound like you're growling when you say that. All right, let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to try... What's that?
Yeah, it's right there.
You got it?
Yeah.
Here's the washer. We're going to try... I was examining the electrical situation, and the electrical cord has a split in it where it goes into the grommet, but the easy thing to do would be cut it, pull it through, and put it back together again. But I don't like the way the cord looks in the motor as well. But the ones that go from the switch to the motor, I'm not going to touch those. Those are actually original.
And they look decent.
Yeah, they look...
Considering.
Yeah, they don't look like they're cracked and...
It's kind of hard for cloth to crack, but...
Yeah. So I'm going to try to not screw with those and upset them. Let me guess, someone's walking by.
I was laying down, facing this way, Brock.
Oh, he's sleeping. He's
Dreaming?
having a dream. I wonder what he's dreaming about.
It's a nightmare.
Or he's having a nightmare. Hopefully not.
Got a screw out yet?
No.
How long does it take?
Well, the problem is I'm using a wrong size screwdriver. I've been at multiple thrift stores and things, and I've seen bundles of screwdrivers for cheap, and I should have just a few times I looked at them I should pick these up. So, a bunch of I had every size screwdriver imaginable. They walked off over time. So the nice thing about putting that stuff on a pegboard is it's very obvious when something's not there. There we go.
Don't swallow it.
Here you go. This one has, I managed to get it off with the washer. Okay. It still doesn't come off. Why wouldn't that come off?
It's like... Like clipped in.
Do you see
It's
how
like four things that kind of.
can you see how to unclip it?
See that? Ay.
You got it? Okay.
Yep.
Oops. All right, that's kind of what I wanted to get to. So I think, trying to see how this wire is wired to the switch. The only way to do that is to pull it like that. And that one came undone. See how that came undone?
Yeah.
That needs to go back in. All right, well, I may not mess with this then. I'll let here.
Oh, I see.
You got it back in.
So, look, so the cord that goes out is right here, connects to these two.
Oh, then they have those ends on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just, okay. I don't know if I would have the ability to undo that and put a new one in. I think I'm just gonna cut this off and put a new cord on from down here. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Because that starts to get a little bit out of my degree of expertise. This, though, because it's an antique, you could actually take to a repair shop and they would probably rewire it. But for now, we'll do it this way. Okay, so back to this. So we need to, because if we need to, I would start taking Q-tips and stuff and start cleaning this out. But what I'm wondering is, can we like get to the others? Because if we're going to varnish, we need to get to both sides of the windings.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to somehow, even if it's still laying in the cage,
We'd probably need to take
those other bolts out.
these two screws out.
Okay.
Which, of course, we have no screwdriver small enough to even.
We have
do
the
that.
smaller screwdrivers.
Well, that I know of.
Something like this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you just got to look down in here. There's a couple of them in there. Oh, I found a pair of scissors. Scissors. And you know what goes where, what, right?
What?
You know what goes back into where, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't.
That one's really loose.
It's actually nice to be able to work on the fan in the garage with everything open versus down in the basement. Down in the basement's cozy, like in the wintertime when it's, it's nasty outside. You're just like down there and. Yep, that is very, okay. Can we remove this plate?
Those are rivets.
It's a rivet, okay. All right, this is gonna be a tricky one. Yeah, do as much cleaning as you can.
We'll just have to oil that. Probably
Yeah.
get like painter's tape and cover it up.
Yeah, but first,
Blow it out.
before we do that, I would try to pull out as much of the dust by hand as you can. A lot of times, even and then we'll vacuum it up when we're done with the shop vac, just so it's not everywhere.
Try to make a pile.
Yeah.
One thing's look okay underneath the dust.
Yeah, I think we could still hit it with varnish.
Clear.
Yeah, and I'll do it. We could put a piece of paper or whatever underneath, just to protect the cage. And anytime you want to stop for lunch, we can, because it's after lunch.
It's ridiculous.
Well, think about how powerful it is. It's just sucking like everything back into it.
Imagine had this in like pollen season, not just pollen been inside of this.
Yeah.
No loose windings so far.
I'm sure somebody.
Can't like anything else with my fingers.
Yeah, so work with the Q-tips. The
Blow it
alcohol
out.
is now laying on its side, which is really nice.
Can we just blow it out?
If you would like to.
Cover the whole entire garage with dust.
If you would like to, that's why we're in the garage.
Let's wake up Rock. That's fun.
Broccoli. He's gonna startle him. Let me just. Poor guy. Broccoli, are you sleeping?
Not anymore.
Good boy. Good boy. It's gonna be a little noisy for a
Brace
second,
for
but I don't want
impact.
to startle you, okay, Broccoli?
Other side. Okay.
And this is who I'm talking to, the dog, because he was sleeping. All right, so you feel
That
it.
looks a lot better.
Yeah, is there anything you want to use the toothbrush on or Q-tip? Just be careful of the individual wires that string the windings together, that you don't snap one of those. Then it's game over. Then you have a pile of metal on your hands.
Right. I think it's fine. Does this look good? Good enough?
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, it looks really, really good. All right.
Heavy motor.
Yeah. Okay, so what you can do next is grab your alcohol and Q-tips and put a little alcohol on a Q-tip and swab the bearings.
They don't look too bad at all.
And once that Q-tip comes out pretty clean, like you're gonna have to use multiple Q-tips, right? You might run out.
Just two down there.
Yeah, you might run out.
Eighth trip.
Yeah, like I suave it kind of up and down and just go around. Here, pull that out. That's really clean. Did you even do the whole bearing?
This whole side, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This whole bearing.
Yeah. The other side.
That is, I mean, visually it looks very clean. I did a fan recently, just this past week. I used 20 Q-tips. The bearings were
Slightly worse, but not bad.
Yeah. I used 20 Q-tips to clean bearings on one of those Lascos. It was so dirty.
Jeez.
Like, I mean, it was just, I was pulling out black, like pure black. And it took me a while. I ended up doing much of it off camera because it was, it's tedious. All right. Let's take one of these out of here. So what I want to do next is we're going to attempt to... Oh, you're not done yet. Okay. This one you're done with?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is where I wish we had a drill press so I could more easily sand the shafts.
It's still kind of dirty.
What?
Still coming out dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's just the tip getting dirty because the bottom.
Yep, then you're probably done. Does this have oil ports?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does.
We'll oil it by manually, but we'll do that after the varnish.
Yeah, just the very bottom.
Yeah.
Where it's like a plate
Yep.
over it.
All right. I don't know about you, but I want lunch at this point because it's just about 12:30. So we'll come back. For them, it would be like we never left, but we'll come back. Next we will varnish, then we'll oil, and then I'm going to address this situation.
Yeah.
And
Then reassemble, clean. That's
clean
it.
and then reassemble.
Or that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Like you could probably wax all these. Like
Yeah.
I would magic erase all of these, and then
Do the inside.
yeah, even do the bottom of the stand and everything, and then a coat of wax on everything. Oof, would look good.
This fan's not even dirty to begin with.
All right, back from lunch break, and we are going to attempt to do some varnishing here. Eddie kind of sealed this off a little bit as the paper towel's moving around in the wind. That kind of totally undone itself. You mind fixing that? Like just tucking it under the... because it's going to keep blowing onto it. It's always windy here, even in the garage. Okay.
Just going over here.
So I'm using spray-on clear varnish. Ideally, you use it outside or in an extremely well ventilated area. And you can get really close with it. Yeah, it's a good idea. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's rough. It's rough to inhale.
I turn one of those fans and have it,
You should turn on that B20725.
or that, yeah. Have it, put it on the deck.
Yeah, exhaust it.
Yeah.
You can plug it in outside too. I know.
Get your Edison out of the way.
Yeah, just plug it in out on the deck. So for all you lovers out there of metal, Lasco metal fans, we got, this is actually a Dayton variant.
Should I just turn it to low?
Whatever you want.
Medium.
Shop fan. All right, while we're waiting for those windings to dry on this side, he's going to take the magic eraser and just give it a once over. And that's one of the things we try to do with these projects, whether it's one of us working on them or two of us, is to try to like work on other steps while you're waiting for something. I mean, it would have made sense to do the varnishing before we stopped for lunch, but that's okay. And I'll work on putting some things away that we probably don't need any longer. I was just thinking, those fumes are getting exhausted out by that Dayton. And then the P25 is in the sunroom pulling air in. That's fine. It was such an open, airy space. It was also interesting, I noticed, it tells us which way the wind's blowing, which is always typical here from the front of the house to the back, because those blades were spinning in the same direction that you turn that fan on. Versus sometimes you go to turn a fan on and like the blades stop and then go back the other way. And so you're kind of going against the wind.
It's taking some stuff out.
Yeah, it looks really good from here.
Almost like gills.
Feels smooth.
No, it's like gills almost.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it feels smooth, but
yeah, what's cool because this thing's all metal. You can do the whole stand, and we can wax the whole stand.
if you really want to make this thing look good, you could get chrome polish and polish all the chrome on it.
Yep. It's interesting how, like, in the nicer weather, doing some of the projects in the garage, because you're outside basically with the doors open, that our equipment from downstairs ends up
Back up here.
up here again, yeah. And then there'll come a time where we go back downstairs. And
Sadly.
it's like, oh, I need these 5 things. I understand why Jordan has his studio set up, and basically then, like, for his primary tools, he has the same items in the garage. That makes sense. I think I'll keep the data vac up here. I'm trying to create like a little fan shelf up here of just stuff we need for the fans. Like, again, most of it's ends up downstairs, but at least it's in one spot up here. Oh yeah, this feels really smooth. Really cool. I would even get it on these plates too on the inside.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I did.
Can you hold this like that so we get around the whole thing? Okay. Oh yeah, already feels pretty good. Got the grill.
I was at the Habitat or the Restore, and they had turtle waxes for $2, so I grabbed them all. So we have some extra up here. So when it's time to wax, which is probably like now,
Should get the Myers.
there's some in the garage on top of your sloppy restoration project station. Hit the blades. Look at there's some Myers.
Turtle wax looks a little old.
Yeah. But it's perfect for $2. And there was like, I think 3 of them, and I grabbed all 3. We won't run out of that for a long time.
Ooh.
I think I have just the tools out that we need. Did you hit the blades with the magic eraser?
Yeah, I didn't spray them with the Myers though.
Oh, look how nice that. We didn't even put any wax on it yet.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Okay. Waxing time.
That's really good. We can use the those little cloths.
With the little pad.
You can put the wax right on one of these. Unless you'd rather use a pad.
That's fine.
No, I'll get you one actually. Hang on.
1999. 27-year-old wax.
They should have gave it away for free then. You can use one of these pads.
New improved formula.
Now it's old. I don't know if they've had another new improved formula.
Shines better, beads longer.
Excuse me, I can feel what you've done here.
It's a little thing, you have to take the whole thing off.
Oh, yeah, it's old school.
Yeah, it's a little jelly. Hey!
Yeah, I would fold that pad in half to just get it all.
Yeah, I know, I usually do that. So, 27-year-old wax will work. Smells nice.
Yeah. I don't think wax really has a shelf life as long as it's, as long as it just
Right environment.
doesn't dry out,
Yeah.
Yeah, that day I got those 3 waxes. Yeah, like this is like old school looking too.
How old is it? Looks newer.
2002?
Yeah, a little newer.
Yeah.
What about the neon green one?
1997.
Oh!
1997.
Oh my god.
Shows up at a thrift store.
Almost 30 years old.
Looked like that might have been an Ace price tag, because that looks like the bottom part of it, the A. Yeah, and like I said, I saw all of them there, all 3 things, and I was like, for $6, that I have like an endless supply of turtle wax. And I've said to the viewers before, I don't necessarily use them on the car. Turtle wax you absolutely can use in a car. It's great wax. I use McGuire's on the car, and I've used turtle wax when I've run out of McGuire's, like in the middle of detailing a car, no problem. But I don't want to spend more money for McGuire's and use it on like lawnmowers and fans and whatnot. So turtle wax I think is a good product, and so I was like, this is a no-brainer. I'm just going to buy all these.
Not really much on there. You can feel it. It's getting a little bit of the corrosion and
Yeah.
all that off. It's shining a little bit better.
It really looks fantastic.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so soft. Oh.
Ooh.
Feel that?
I know I did. I've done it a few times.
Oh.
It really brings the finish back.
Definitely a more tedious thing to wax and clean.
No.
You can see reflections out of these.
Yeah. It's cool. You know, this cord is actually in pretty good shape because I've been sitting here thinking about this.
Yeah, except for this part right here on the inside.
Where?
Dry rot.
I know. So for that, like I said, I don't have the skill set to do that. But for now, the other thing I was thinking about. What I was thinking about is just shortening this. Because I've inspected this cord a few times. Shortening it about here.
This came back to life a little bit.
It really did. Shortening it about here, and then putting it back together slightly shorter, and then I think really the next step would be, which would be fine for the season and everything, but I think like in the off season, have it rewired.
Yeah. That feels good.
All right, so let's. If you want to carefully flip the stator over, and we'll varnish the other side, and then while that goes on, I think I'm going to set up to perform surgery on the electrical cord.
Surgery.
It's great that you got the waxing process done.
Yeah. So put it back together after.
Yeah, we just got to varnish the other side,
Oil it.
and then the electrical cord, which I'll work on while the other side is drying.
This side will look really good.
What?
This side will look really good after the varnishing.
I should varnish this when I'm done.
Yeah. Now we have no oil here. We're gonna go down to
you have my second one.
the basement.
The other location. Probably has that microphone on him, so Lord knows what he's saying in the house, or if we're getting copyright. Okay. Might want to show that on camera that you're oiling.
That's too easy.
Well, please get in front of the camera and show them what you're doing. So he's using Zoom spout. And this does have oil ports, but since we have it opened up, we might as well go right in. Not much of an opening. It's like they melted this.
All oiled up.
I don't know how I'm going to get cord through.
Well, could get a smaller screwdriver and just push it through.
I think the hole needs to be wider than that.
That's what I'm saying. Push a
Okay.
whole screwdriver
Yeah, you
through
wanna
it to
do
make
that?
it bigger. Get a small enough one over here. Oh, the whole thing just came through.
Where'd it go? It's right here. It looked like that was like a heat gun or something was used and melted that.
It's kind of like goes curved in there.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll do the best I can. Yeah, right. You try getting that through. Might have to order a grommet to finish this.
Yeah, it's not happening.
What?
Not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's right. I think somebody used a heat gun on that. Like they ran it through and then used a heat gun to tighten it up. Yeah, I mean, I don't like doing it that way. Because what happens is this becomes like you're tugging on it. So we're gonna have to order some grommets.
Great. Oh, come on.
All right. So you did the oiling.
Everything's done except for the wire.
Everything's done except for the electricity, right? I think what you can do is reassemble the motor and everything, because I just need the access to that switch box.
Oh. So.
Can you do it on camera, please?
Well, that's too easy for me. It's kind of easier not doing it on camera. So. Kind of opens up. And it clips down in there.
Okay.
So you don't really need to get.
All right. Make sure you have it going the right direction.
So that was on the outside. So it goes in, so it goes like that.
Yeah, and we don't need to clamp it down. Actually, you can leave it off, because since it opens up, you can just put it on after the fact. All right.
I'll put it on the workbench.
Temporarily back in business. What I don't like is I don't have a lot to work with here. Could you bring the heat shrink off the shelf over, please? This is a tough thing, because like if I'm either bent over or I'm like it's too high when I kneel.
I could raise the whole thing.
Yeah, if you want to raise it for me, that'd be helpful. Just put that on the ground, please.
Kind of.
Does it go higher, or is this as high as it goes? This is fine.
there. That's pretty bad where it went in. Could use clear black.
Just give me, I need at least for now. Stupid. I need soldering. But I think it's on the shelf. Okay, so off camera, I ended up doing the repair. You saw me start to do it. This is the second time I've ever done this, and I kind of just wanted to take my time with it, and that's what we did. So basically, I spliced the wires on both sides, and then once I did that, I put a big piece of heat shrink over both of the wires, and then individual piece of heat shrink for each each line, right? And then I twisted the wires together, busted out the soldering, and soldered, put some solder on them to secure the connection. And then I put the individual heat shrinks over. And then after we put the individual heat shrinks over and used the heat gun again, which I hastily put away earlier. And then from there, slid the big heat shrink over both of the repairs for like double insulation, and used the heat gun there, and then here we are. So Eddie's now focusing on the reassembly. Ideally, I think down the line, maybe next off season, we'll investigating and getting this whole thing rewired, not rewound, but wires to and from the motor and whatnot, because those are clearly original, and the cord that I was working on is not original, which you're standing on.
Great.
Don't make my work be for nothing. The one thing I need to get practice at getting better at in that situation is twisting the wires together so they're more in a straight line versus kind of like, you know,
Bent a little.
yeah, exactly. And I believe from what I saw online is you wrap one around the other kind of thing. So I just need to practice that. I should take an old cord or whatever, broken, damaged cord, and just splice it and practice it. Now I'll put away the heat gun and whatnot, although it could be still warm. Let's see. Oh yeah, pretty hot. But you know, as of 6 months ago, I didn't have all these tools to do this. Now I was told that you don't necessarily need to solder when making those connections, but I felt watching enough videos and people talking about it, and I figure it's a good
Hold that in place.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I figured it's a good skill set to have, even though my skill set is on 0 at the moment. Just hold that out of the way.
Hold it like that.
Yeah.
Of course, a pain. Can't see the hole. Oh. The aneurysm.
Did you get it?
Nope.
Just gonna make my hands in there. That's it. I think you got it.
Of course I can't. Yeah.
What's happening is everything's moving on you. Like, I think.
Oh, there it goes. think when I get everything together, I'm gonna tighten everything all the way back
I would agree,
down.
because you want some play in it.
Yeah.
So as you're working on the other side.
It's huge stator.
That rotor's a monster as well.
Oh.
Ooh, you almost have it.
I think I do have it. Yeah, that's in.
Nice.
Now, big man gem up. This thing will really help in the sunroom.
It sure will. If when we're done, if you get a screen for that area, you can just put it right into action.
Oh,
Feeling okay?
no. You
Push down.
yeah. Of course, it's on the wrong.
Yes.
It's returned that way. Now just
Is
push.
it the oil port?
Yeah.
That would be on the top. Alright, so
It's the same angle, but
oh, okay.
it's fine like that. That's lined up. Put a screwdriver between your feet.
Right back.
course, it's being a pain.
What?
Of course, it's being a pain. It's not lining up. The only one that doesn't line up. That looks lined up.
I think the stuff is cooled enough I can start putting it away while you're working. Wow, this heat gun is still warm. Were you able to get it?
Yeah.
Simple as that. So what Eddie just did was he aligned the bearings by giving it a nice tap. So never fear, if after you do reassembly and you've oiled everything properly, you've done all the steps that we've done, and then you're like, oh man, something's wrong with these shells. It's the shaft won't turn at all. You have to essentially do what he did, is realign the bearings. They're self-aligning bearings, and you just give it a tap with the back of your screwdriver. And the switch, is this going to be in the right place for the switch? Yeah, because we didn't take off anything back here, right? No.
No.
Just want to make sure that the switch,
Why is that lining up?
the switch can get in.
Oh.
Must be just a hair off somewhere.
Of course, you can't do anything without blocking the camera. Come on.
I just want to make sure that the switch reaches and goes through correctly, because this, I feel like, is pulling it really tight. Is this supposed to be turned down one?
Yeah, then I'll have to take the whole entire thing apart.
I know, but I don't think we'll ever get the switch in without ripping on those wires. See that?
See what?
Like it's not going to reach. And that could also be why you're having an alignment problem.
Finally got it on and right. Now I'm just getting the switch box back on.
Nice. So basically what happened was when you got it all together, and they don't make it easy screwing it in like to the brackets, right? So that was a struggle. We got it in, and then realized that the switch box was it had to be rotated, the rear shell. So took it all apart, rotated it, aligned it up, and then put it back together, and that was really tedious. But then the top shell needed to get turned a bit too, so he did that, and now he's working on just putting the electrical box on, as he said, and then after that it's probably the blades, I would imagine. I will resume my other task, but the camera is on.
Like halfway through. Oh. Come on. having even more trouble lining stuff up.
Need help?
The top hole right here lines up, but the bottom does not.
Okay, hang on.
I just got that one in, but the bottom's not lined up.
Just try screwing it in at an angle and see what happens.
I tried, it didn't really do anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything.
I feel like it's the badge.
I don't know how that'd be the case because the badge itself is connected to the box.
Let me get under here.
Screws right there.
Okay. I'm actually going to take out the top one. Actually, you have it pretty loose, so it's okay. Oh, I got it. I know what the trick is. The trick is the stalk for the switch. You just push on it and it lines it right up. The screw's so small though. Well, the top one fell out. Well, the bottom one's in, and the top one has to go back in. They're both in. There you go.
Thank you. All right. Now it's time to get the blades on. No flat spots. A little odd. Time to put the grill back on. Stop easy. Back gets up.
closer?
Yep.
Is it all done?
Just about. I just need to put the screw in. I did test it and it does work.
Sweet. Let me know when you're ready for the fire up.
Okay. Yeah. Good to go.
Let's turn off this other one. All right. Well, some lessons learned, which is kind of cool. Let's put some of the things that you run into when you service a fan that you've never serviced before. And wow, just from an aesthetic standpoint, this thing looks beautiful. You really, really did a nice job. And I agree with you. Down the line, if we were to do another cleaning or whatever, well, we won't have to disassemble the motor for a long, long time because we just varnished the windings and whatnot.
Yeah.
But in terms of regular, just like oiling and cleaning, we should definitely next time around get some polish for the chrome. But you put wax on it, so that, I mean, that's really, really good. It just looks really, really awesome. And it's like anything else. First time I ever worked on a box fan, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And yeah, we were able to apply what we know about fan motors to this, but still there's some things there. So yeah, that's nice that repair job stays inside there, which is good. And that's nice and snug. Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out.
Yeah.
So all right, well let's check it out.
Start with low. It rattles a little bit.
Is that in okay?
It didn't rattle before.
Yeah, it's probably like the dirt like insulated it. And everything stayed in balance too. We didn't massacre those blades. Oh, all right. Oh,
That doesn't stay
there's
at
your
all.
culprit. That's exactly what.
That's what it is. It's the badge.
Oh, the badge is rattling. Is it slowing down? Oh, it's not. I think you stopped the rattling. That's why it sounded like it was slowing down.
I'm gonna have to take the grill back off and fix that. That annoys me.
It's not bad right now.
And for the high.
I don't hear a rattle.
I hear it.
You hear it? Well, yeah, you would know because you're a fan.
Yeah, it's just a badge on the back.
Yeah, are you going to address that, do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to. On camera though.
Yeah. All right, well, there you have it, man. Nice job. 16-mile-an-hour winds. Oh yeah, I can hear it when I'm over here.
Yeah.
That was forceful. I don't know if the screen. Gonna check the spin down. Pretty good. Look how clean those blades look. All right, well, nice work. And I think we both learned something on this. And I definitely think when it comes to that motor, the reassemble, probably makes sense, like you said, to screw in the top ones first.
Yeah.
And then kind of like lean in like you were to like align the bottom. Still not easy, but sometimes if you just kind of master it. All right, well, thanks for joining us. And hey, we're not perfect. And any constructive comments, for those who might have worked on these, would be very helpful to know. Probably what's next for this, I mean, it's Eddie's fan, and I'm talking like it's my fan, but probably what's next for this is it'll go in service in the sunroom. And then probably maybe the next time, maybe in the off season, depending, I might find a good shop or maybe somebody who knows, has the know-how that's fairly local. I know some of you are. Nathan might be one that would be willing to just do a full-on rewiring. We're safe right now. I inspected this cord. This cord, while it's old, it's not the original. It's pliable. There were some signs of cracking as you got closer to the motor, but I cut that out, and it's still a really long cord. So I think we're good. And then it's original from where it connects out of the switch to the fan motor. That's all original, but it's intact and it looks good. I did think about hitting that with varnish as well, just to like preserve everything, like lock in the dirt to to insulate it. So nice job, Eddie. I mean, look at those blades really look nice. They really, really do. So awesome. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.